Welcome back to Kevin Toll Reads. I am here with another video in the Let Me Know series. This is Let Me Know number 14. I have an interesting topic for you today, and I'm just going to be pretty transparent here in the fact that this is probably my 9th recording of trying this video. As you know, I don't edit my videos too much, or at least I don't have fancy editing software. And so when I record and it doesn't go well, I just scratch the video and I start again. And so I thought, what if I just went with it? Just totally went with it. If I misspeak or, you're just going to get it raw. And maybe that would give you kind of a behind the scenes on how I go about doing some of this. And so if you would like to know more about behind the scenes, or if you're ready for another bookshelf tour or something like that, let me know as well in the comments. And I definitely would like to entertain you on that and get it on the list for future videos. But anyways, let's get right into this. Let me know number 14. I've got an interesting one for you today because I've been thinking about this for a while, and I have some great examples, and probably not examples, well, we'll get into that. And so what's today's question? What's the premise of today's video? And so I asked this question today. If you could, which books would you change the ending of? So which books do you just struggle? The ending is just such a struggle. Like, I do not like the ending of this. If I could, I'd change it. Now, I can't write for a lick, so I couldn't change any of these, but I'm going to give you my take on 4 books that I think are great examples from my perspective of books that I hated the endings of. Now, with that being said, I was going to pick the easy route and give you some books that I kind of didn't like, or books that I was just kind of on. And that would be kind of the easier approach. Like, yeah, I didn't really like this. The ending of it was bad because of X, Y, and Z. I'm going to take a little harder approach. I'm going to pick, or I did pick, these 4 books. And these are books that I like. Now, you're probably wondering, which authors did I pick? And if you know me a little bit, you know that there's going to be one author that's definitely going to be on this list because he is infamous for being complete garbage at endings. And that is Stephen King. And so I'm going to start off with one of my favorite books, The Stand. This 1,100-page behemoth is a great, great book for about 1,000 pages. You get this great dystopian story. You get these great characters, these great point of views. You're bouncing through them. They're all starting to weave interconnected to what is going to be this final confrontation. And you grow accustomed and you love and you get heartbroken over characters. I mean, Nick Andros, rest in peace. But anyways, and then we get to the ending. And you're like, okay, we're going to get Flagg. And if anyone knows, if you've read, the multiverse and you know about Randall Flagg and Walter O'Dim and then the guy in the black and everything that's related to the multiverse of Stephen King, you are expecting something great. And what do you get? You get the hand of God. The hand of God is what provides the conclusion to this in a way, and it's such a lazy ending for King. Now, remember, before I get lambasted on the comments, I like this book. I could have went with The Dark Tower. I could have went with, the 7th book of The Dark Tower and said, that's the ending? You drug me along for 7 books, but I didn't because I actually like The Dark Tower's ending. But again, this is my list, so it is what it is. So let's go on to book number 2. Louis L'Amour, High Lonesome. One of my favorite Louis L'Amour books. I think it was the 2nd book I read by Louis L'Amour. I really enjoyed it. It is great. It is a quick-paced read. The ending is so abrupt. That's the only thing I didn't like. This could have been in the works for almost a perfect story. The ending drops it so hard because it's so abrupt. Now, there is little bitty nuances of the plot that are somewhat wrapped up, but it's so abrupt. You couldn't give me 5 more pages to really sunset this the right way. Yeah. Anyways, another one. My first graphic novel, and it is Road to Perdition. Both the movie and the book, the endings are kind of similar here in a way. This is by Max Allan Collins. I really enjoy hard case crime noir, pulp fiction books. I enjoy this book a lot. I think it is. But the ending, you have Michael Sullivan, the Angel of Death, and he is going to, after all the hell he goes through, to seek vengeance of his slain wife and slain son, and he's going to die? Really? My last example. One of my favorite collections from King, 4 novellas in the different seasons by Stephen King. And I'm talking about one of my favorite movies and adaptations from Stephen King, Rita Hayworth and The Shawshank Redemption. A fantastic story about hope, about wrongful conviction, about holding on to something that means something, and then getting revenge. And at the end of the story, you have Red and Andy, and Red is going to be like, I hope I meet Andy down in, the town we talked about. I hope we're going to meet each other again. King couldn't have wrote it to her, at least like in the movie, we get to see Red on the beach walking towards Andy as he's working on his boat in his project. Like, we couldn't get that visual in this story that would at least say, great. Anyways, those are my examples. As you can tell, I'm really passionate about this. I think endings matter, and I did do endings matter, let me know. But this one's a little different. I want to know specifically what books you would change the ending of if you could. And so as always, let me know. I'll talk to you on the next one.